Florida held their first scrimmage of the fall last night, and we've spoken with some folks about what went on and who stood out for the Gators. So let's jump right into it. We are 20 days away from kickoff and are super excited. Plus, we're giving away the hats from our giveaway video 2 weeks ago, so stay tuned to see who won. We always start here, and today will be no different. So let's jump right in and talk about the quarterbacks. It is what everybody wants to know about. All right, y'all. Graham Mertz took the vast majority of the 1 reps, and dare we say he was good? I think he definitely solidified himself as the starter. We heard that he did well the things that he was asked to do. He wasn't asked to do anything wild or crazy, but he was incredibly accurate on short to intermediate stuff, which are the things that we've been telling you on this channel for weeks that he's going to be asked to do. Florida has a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. They don't need Graham Mertz to win ball games. They need Graham Mertz not to cost them ball games. And I really honestly think that after people have watched him at open practice and then at this scrimmage, there is kind of this little bit of confidence that is building among Gators that are in the know. Graham Mertz has looked good. He is capable of doing the things that the coaching staff is asking him to do. You know, last year it was a big concern for UF with AR that he was going to be accurate on the short and intermediate stuff. There was all the talent in the world, but there were times he couldn't hit a 5-yard route. That is not what we're seeing out of Graham Mertz. Now, do I expect some huge long bombs like AR is capable of? Probably not. But if he is incredibly accurate with the smaller things, the short and intermediate passes, getting the ball into the hands of his playmakers, that is going to be a game changer for the Gators. Let's talk next about running backs. This is the position of strength for the Florida Gators. It is where the best talent on the field lies for us. They are impressive. Saw a tweet from Shannon Snell with him raving about how good these guys are. Both Johnson and Etienne are unreal. We have been singing their praises on this channel for months. We're going to continue to do this. Florida is going to be successful if they are capable of getting the ball into the hands of Johnson and Etienne. They are the most electric players on the offensive side of the ball. Honestly, I think they're the best running back duo in the SEC. That would probably make them the best running back duo in the nation, or at the very least mentioned in the top 3, the top 5. I am on record more times than I can count calling them the best in the nation, though, and I stand by that. I think Florida fans and college football fans in general are going to be so impressed with these guys once the season kicks off. It sounds like the starters dominated the day during the scrimmage, which I think is to be expected. Folks that I spoke with made it sound like UF's ones didn't really go up against UF's ones a whole lot. So it would be the ones on offense against the twos on defense and vice versa. This is something that I do think will change as camp goes on, though. You know, the saying iron sharpens iron. They are going to want those ones to go up against each other as camp goes on. But I think there's a possible reason for why they're not doing that yet. And I think that might be to get some guys some confidence. And also, depth is important. You need all of your guys to have rep experience. You've got to go out and play up at times, right? If your number is called, you have to answer. And UF is going to be an underdog in week 1 and then several more times throughout the year. So the backups need to know how to get up and get after it. So I think that that's a large part of why the ones are going against the twos instead of ones against ones and twos against twos. There were some impressive plays made in the scrimmage yesterday. Hayden Mizell had a touchdown catch that I was told was the result of defensive miscommunication on the back end. And boy, was it beautiful. Some unfortunate news on Justice Boone. He left practice early, so sending a prayer up for him and hoping it's nothing super serious, as he is probably penciled in as your opening day starter across from Princely at defensive end. Speaking of injuries, that's a good time to introduce you to our brand new sponsor. I've got some exciting news to share with you all today. I want to announce our very first partnership on this channel. We are proud to be working with Meldon Law, who is the only official injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Their support of this channel is going to allow me to bring you guys even more great content. So do me a favor, go to the description of this video and subscribe to their YouTube. Let's support Gators and show them how much we appreciate them. God forbid this happens, but if you are hurt or injured in an accident, they do free consultations in their locations of Ocala, Fort Lauderdale, Lake City, and of course, Gainesville. They're also doing a Florida, Georgia ticket giveaway, which you can find on their Facebook. Excited to tell you more about them as time goes on, but thank you to Meldon Law for your support. All right, let's talk a little bit about the offensive line. Sounds like they looked pretty good. That's a position group we've focused on a ton this offseason. Micah Mazuka was out there playing, which is really good news. That unit is going to need to come together quickly for the Gators to see a good amount of success in the fall. We have been told that this group is further along in terms of depth and development than maybe some have expected. So I expect good things out of the offensive line. Jack Pyburn is a name that everyone is talking about as well. The linebacker position is one that had a ton of question marks around it with some transfers and new faces in that room. But everything I've been told and everything we've read, it sounds like his toughness and aggressiveness during the scrimmage were really on a different level. He's a guy who could certainly fill a hole in this defense if his consistency is there for us, Austin Armstrong and company. I am very encouraged and want to see what things look like from him through the rest of the fall. But he is somebody that I am super happy with hearing positive things on from last night's scrimmage. But I think the biggest takeaway from the scrimmage is that there is a cohesiveness and a camaraderie that I think is going to help UF tremendously this season. The talk around this team is changing, and it's for the better. We've said it all along, but if Mertz can be serviceable to above average, which we broke down that's why we're projecting him to be our quarterback in a quarterback video, this team can have a better season than many of the experts are predicting. All right, we told you about our hat giveaway. We have selected our 2 winners, and we appreciate so many of you that entered to win. We'll do another giveaway soon, so make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. First winner is one that was very near and dear to my heart. This is one from Chris in Lake City. This is what it said. He's been a Gator fan since 2002. UF students at a hospital saved my premature daughter's life at birth, and I promised I'd always be a Gator fan no matter what. The giveaway is from kicker Chris Hetland, who is owner of Dome Hats. This comment was written by Chris Headland from Lake City, Florida. Next up is Bobby Man 101. His story is this. Been a Gator fan for as long as I can remember. My dad had season tickets and would take my brother and me to every game. My first game in the Swamp was also Steve Spurrier's. I was there for his last game as well. These days I take my own boys to the games, and no matter how many times I've been, I'm still overcome with emotion and tear up every time I walk into the stadium and see the field. We will reply to the winners and maybe even pick a few more than the 2 that we read on air, so be on the lookout. And guys, I honestly really appreciate everybody that participated in this giveaway, and I really enjoyed reading why you became a Gator fan, when you became a Gator fan, how you became a Gator fan. I got choked up reading a lot of your comments, and I think that that's something that is so unique to college athletics. It's generational. I loved hearing about you going with your parents, your grandfather, your dad to your first game, and then just carrying on that tradition with your own children. Something I'm trying to do with mine. So shout out to all the Gator fans out there. That was really, really neat to read and see from all of you guys. Again, I appreciate Meldon Law for their support. We told you about our projection for UF's quarterbacks and what to expect from Graham Mertz. If you missed that, click here to get caught up, or click this other video that YouTube thinks you should watch.